police cameras show confusion and anger over DeSantis' voter fraud arrests. We're reading from the Tampa Bay Times. This was local reporting. Local police carrying out the arrest were patient, understanding, almost apologetic. Police went to arrest Tony Patterson outside his Tampa home in August. He couldn't believe the reason. Let's see.
Apparently, I guess you have a warrant.
For what?
I'm not sure.
For voter stuff, man.
For voters.
It's what it is. I think the agents with FDLE talked to you last week about some voter fraud, voter stuff, when you weren't supposed to be voting, maybe.
I didn't.
So.
What are they talking about?
That's
man?
what we're not the case agents, but what you got to do, they have reduced your bond quite a bit. It's 2 felony charges for voter fraud, but they've reduced it to $500 bonds. So it's $1,000 total.
Oh my God, man! What?
So, yes, sir. So unfortunately, right now we're gonna have to take you to jail.
Wow, man! Why are they doing this to me? That's what you're getting at. I didn't do.
Now, just to point out, Florida passed a law that allowed felons to vote again if they've paid all their fines and they weren't like violent offenders. There were some catches to it. But then the state sent out people specifically targeting felons and telling them, here, register to vote. And then arrested them.
Nothing, nobody, man. Voter fraud. What is voter fraud?
Voting when you're not supposed to, sir, is what our understanding of the law is. Because of your sex offender status, you're not supposed to be voting.
Nobody. What they got to do? I don't know this. Voter fraud.
Let's walk over to my car,
Why is
okay?
y'all doing this now and this happened years ago?
I don't know. I have no idea, man.
This is crazy, man. Yes, sir.
We're going to go over to the hood of my car, and I got to search you, okay?
What is wrong with this state, man?
What is wrong with this fucking state?
Voter fraud.
Florida. It's Florida, sir. That's what's wrong with that state. The ween of the United States. The August 18th arrest, conducted hours before DeSantis called a news conference, of course he did, to tout his crackdown on alleged voter fraud, were carried out by state police officers accompanied by local law enforcement. Never before seen footage obtained by the Times Herald through public records requests offers a personal glimpse of the effects of DeSantis' efforts to root out perceived voter fraud. Yep, we got another one here. So this is Ramona Oliver being detained by the police.
Oliver, you just got married, right? Yes. Okay. So, ma'am, we have a warrant for your arrest.
For what?
For voter fraud.
Good, how are you, sir?
Right?
Boss, how's it going?
Oh my God.
How's it going?
Let me tell my husband.
We're telling him he's right here.
Right here. So if you can put your hands behind your back, please.
Oh my God.
Do not move.
Ultimately, ma'am, you have a warrant? Okay. The warrant. Listen, hold on, listen. I know you caught off.
Oh my God, she's shaking.
Right. So you have a warrant.
I'm so
it's for
sorry,
voter
man.
fraud. Okay. Hear me out. It's an ROR. You know what an ROR is?
Oh my God.
You go in, you get booked, and then they're going to release you from booking.
You can go right out.
You're going to be right back out. Okay?
Right back
But you have a warrant. And it's from FDLE, okay?
Okay.
All right? So I know you're caught off guard, but unfortunately that's how this stuff works, okay?
She's still going to be in there a few hours.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm like, voter fraud. I voted, but I ain't commit no fraud.
Well, so that's the thing. I don't know.
Noticing a pattern, are you, warlord?
You do have a warrant. That's what it's for. Okay?
Oh my God.
So now, are Democrats being hyperbolic when they say Jim Crow 2.0? I don't know. This is anecdotal. Here's another arrest. Nathan Hart detained for voter fraud.
Hey, Nathan. Hey, Nathan. How you doing? Am I coming out and talking to me real quick? Sure. How are you?
Doing well.
Hey, unfortunately, you got a warrant out, okay?
Warrant? What
Yes, sir.
Dude's got a shirt on that says, I'm a dick 316.
He's kicking authority in the balls.
I like this dude.
Put your hands behind your back for me. We'll go over it in just here a second.
There's a worker here cleaning glass, and the door was open. Town of false affirm for voting or elections.
I think it's false.
There we are. Voting is an unqualified elector. I guess you're not allowed to vote.
Well, no, but no one ever really explained all that much to me. I told the guys when they came out.
I want to make perfectly clear that my position is that nobody should have their right to vote taken away from them, that prisoners should be allowed to vote. Perverse to give the state an incentive to lock people up and deprive them of their vote.
Out here, that I was at the driver's license place, getting my new driver's license.
Yeah.
The guy there asked me, he says, hey, can you vote? He says, hey, are you registered to vote? I said, no, I'm a convicted felon. I'm pretty sure I can. He goes, well, are you still on probation? I said, no. I got off probation like a month ago. He goes, well, then you can probably vote. Hey, just fill out the form, and if you can vote, then they'll let you give you a card. If you can't vote, then you won't. And I'm like, all right. He says, well, just fill out the form, and if they let you vote, then you can. If they don't, then you can't.
And there's your defense. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
That sounds like a loophole to me.
Well, we can hope.
I hope there is a class action suit against all of the cops involved in this. Ron DeSantis. State law says that a voter has to willfully commit the crime, a hurdle that has forced some prosecutors not to charge ineligible voters. In Lake County this year, for example, prosecutors declined to bring charges against 6 convicted sex offenders who voted in 2020. In all of the instances where sex offenders voted, each appear to have been encouraged to vote by various mailings and misinformation. This is according to the prosecutor in the case. Each were given voter registration cards, which would lead one to believe they could legally vote in the election. The evidence fails to show willful actions on the part of these individuals. DeSantis' voter fraud arrests are being carried out by the Office of Statewide Prosecution, which is restricted by law to prosecuting crimes including voting involving 2 or more judicial circuits. Those crimes are usually complex, often large-scale, organized criminal activity. Even the Tampa police officer driving Patterson to the jail seemed surprised by the charges against him. En route, the officer received a phone call and appeared to briefly discuss Patterson's case.
And my brother told me to vote for these people. Vote. I didn't even want. That's what I'm talking about, man. I always listen to everybody else. Vote for this. Vote for. Like, come on, man. And then I thought my fucking felons were able to vote. That's why I signed a petition for.
And this dude has now been properly scared out of ever voting again in his life. Fuck it. It is not worth this bullshit. And that's the chilling effect these kind of actions have. Even if he sues and wins money for wrongful arrest, I'd say he's still going to be like, fuck it, because he didn't want to vote to begin with.
If I remember. Why would y'all let me vote if I wasn't able to vote?
I'm not sure, buddy. I don't know.
And then why now? This happened years ago. Why
DeSantis
now?
could hold a press conference.
Why me?
He's running for
Working in the
president.
CRA, about to take this guy to jail. Dude, these, I've never seen these charges before in my entire life.
Yep, even the cop seems bewildered. Surely they know something funky is going on. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what Governor Ron DeSantis is doing down in Florida. I do want to point out, we get a debate. Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist is Monday. Ron DeSantis, the Republican incumbent for governor in Florida, who's pulling this kind of bullshit, be debating Charlie Crist, the former Republican governor of Florida, now Democrat candidate for governor.